Hello, Archibald Chesterfield III, and it's breaking news. Omega floods the grey market. Omega floods the grey market. So what's basically happened is one of the big grey market retailers in America, Joma Shop, JOMASHOP.com, is selling very, very discount Omegas. To discuss this matter, I've got Clive in America. And let's discuss it. Hello, Clive. How are you?
Great, Archie. How about yourself?
Hey, I'm not well. I made the video last night. Did you see the video? Omega floods the grey market.
Yeah, I think we were discussing that the other night.
What do you think of that? Joma Shop, you can buy the Omega Speedmaster Professional Man on the fucking Moon big box with NATO and the loop for $33.50. $3,350 in the proud country of America. I'm proud to be an American where I can buy a discount Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. 36% off. Clive, what the fuck is happening?
Well, they're piling him deep and selling him cheap.
I mean, Clive, I just want to now. I am absolutely shocked because in my country, I am in Australia, in Brisbane. In Brisbane, we have an Omega boutique in Brisbane, and they very snooty. We don't discount. It's below us to discount. It is beneath them. They think it's dirty, grubby, nasty to discount. But let me tell you, let me give you the drum, big boy. Let me give you the drum. Omega, they are discounting. They are discounting. And I wanted to say to you, Clive, I've never seen an Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon this cheap in recent history. Omega is one of my favorite brands. I love the Speedmaster. I love it. I've always said that's one of the...
I don't recall you ever saying that before.
Joma Shop has also got free shipping. They're not paying me nothing to say this. I'm just telling you. I'm not earning a brass razoo. I am not earning a brass razoo for saying anything about them. Clive, before we go on, let me just bring up, I'm going to share this with the audience because this needs to be said. It needs to be, can you see that on your screen, Clive?
Yes.
Okay, look at this here. 3,350.
Okay.
3,350 Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. Man on the Moon. Look at this. This is a bargain. Now, just out of interest there, Rolex isn't being discounted so cheaply. They're holding their own. Some of the IWCs, my God, look at this. Look at this here. A Pilot's IWC, 18% off. That's not discounting too much. Actually, that's not discounted much at all, Clive. But I got to tell you, Omega, Panerai is also getting the discount. They're getting the discount, but nothing. No, it's not that bad. 25% off. That's not huge. But Omega, 38% off this Seamaster. What the hell is going on, Clive? I kid you not. What is going on? Why is Omega being discounted like this? What the hell is the story? Have you ever dealt with Joma Shop yourself?
Yeah, actually.
You have?
Yeah, my JFK pen.
Your JFK pen? Sorry, let me just call that up on the screen. Oh, your Mont Blanc. How much was that?
4 or something.
Can you show that again on the screen? What makes it a JFK pen?
Well, okay, it's got its initials on the clip.
Okay.
The blue stands for his time in the Ivy League and the Navy.
Yeah.
And each one of the rings stands for 100 women.
Oh, I see. Very good, Clive. Let's have a look here, Clive. Look at this. This is the Omegas. Look at these ones here, Clive.
It's been that way for a little bit. It's been that way for a couple months that I've caught on to it.
What the hell's going on? Look at these Speedmasters. Speedmaster, man, 39% off. Look at this. This is the coaxial one. Look, this is just, Clive, I've never seen them being sold like this. Why is this one here? What is this? I don't understand. This one here.
That one might be the sapphire one, I think.
Oh, the sapphire one. Well, that's not the one to get anyhow. The one you want to have is this one here, $33.50 for the Moonwatch. Look at that, $33.50 for the Moonwatch, Clive. And it comes with the Omega NATO. Look at that. You can see that on the screen.
Right.
Clive.
And
it comes with the big box, the big box. What the hell is going on?
They're making more than they're selling, would be my guess.
Now, JEWELLERY is not an official Omega dealer. I think they're buying grey market. That means official. See, what happens is when you own a dealership for Omega or a prestige brand, you have to buy a certain amount of stock. And when that stock doesn't sell, you get really pissed off. So you sell it to grey market.
And usually, and it kind of depends a little bit, but I also think they're usually, if you're an authorized retailer, you can't sell below a certain price.
Are they allowed to have price fixing like that? That's price fixing. Isn't that antitrust or anti-competitive?
Not my area of expertise.
But Clive, I've got to tell you, this is the new Speedmaster. This is beautiful piece, $33.50. Why would you buy used?
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, though, I think that's tearing the ass out of the used market, though.
Oh, it definitely will, Clive. That is going to have a huge effect on the used market. Now, Clive, if we jump on, I'm just jumping on. I'm going to set this up. Then we'll do a crossover. If we have a look at Chrono 24, let's have a look at what's happened to the pricing of the Moon Watch. Let's have a look. So we make it low to high. That's what we want. Let's have a look. What is the penalty for this, Clive? Look at this here. You can see that on the screen now, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
Look at this, Clive. Look at this. These here. So here, ignore the Russian sellers.
Right.
So we're seeing them here, second-hand ones. Okay, was that Spain? I wouldn't really trust the Spaniards to buy a watch. Poland, I wouldn't be going there. So let's have a look. Where's it? Okay, here's a UK one. They want 3,000. Italian dealer, 3,000. Look at this. This is okay. Hasn't got a bracelet. There's a Japanese dealer. He's got it for 3,000. And
where are most of your viewers? In the United States, right?
United States. United States. I'm proud to be an American. At least I know I'm free. I'm proud to be an American. E-lady here. Look at this. 31.22. So for 33.50, that's a brand spanking newie. Wouldn't you buy a newbie or not? Wouldn't you buy a new one or not?
Oh, absolutely. But go up to a location and limit your search to the United States.
Okay, we'll go
also, it kind of tells you how much are available in each country.
Okay, there's
200. Looks like 203.
Let's have a look. Here we go. So the cheapest one is $3,090. $3,190. Well, for $3,350, Joma Shop, $3,350, we can buy a brand newie. Joma Shop sells new ones, aren't they? They're not used, are they?
No, they're not. Brand new.
So I got to tell you, these other dealers here, these are overpriced, aren't they? What do you think? Well,
actually, another way is I like to look, another resource I have is I go to Rolex forums and go to the for sale section.
They're not my friends. We don't discuss them on this channel, Clive.
Oh,
you'll get banned. I'll ban you if you mention them again, Clive. Sorry, that's a yeah. We don't mention that on this channel.
Any
Clive.
any other rules I should know about, or before
no,
you
they ban me. They continually Rolex forums continually ban me. They dislike me. Okay. Okay. We don't give them any airtime. We don't mention them at all. They're not our friends.
It's possible to go to certain, that and other enthusiast sites.
Sure. I got to tell you, Clive, this is absolute. Why has the market collapsed? I got to tell you this. Why has it collapsed like this? Why has it collapsed? I think Swatch. Now, the interesting thing is it's not just, if we looked at, if I go to Joma Shop, their price on Breguet's isn't, because Breguet is another Swatch brand, right?
Right.
There's not really bargain Breguet's. They're not that cheap on Joma Shop. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah. When you released the earlier video, you started out, it's like, yeah, he's looking to see if there's a price drop in Breguet as well.
Yeah, and there really wasn't. Breguet wasn't that cheap. You know what I mean? I'm just going to.
They're so astronomical anyway. I mean, they could do it.
Clive, you can see it here now. There we go. That's Breguet. No, Clive, look, the Breguet here, like the one I've got the Type 20.
Erenvale.
Well, they've got. Look, it's still big money. I paid a lot less than that. I paid about four. I paid. What did I pay for? I paid $3.50 US secondhand. So it's considerable savings there, but we're not seeing 36%. The Speedmaster Man on the Moon is 36% off. The Breguet's are 33% off. We're not seeing.
Go back to the Breguet. Go back to either the Transatlantic or the Erenvale and click on the watch itself.
Okay, here's one here. $69.95 on a leather strap. Click.
Yes.
Okay, we're just clicking on it. Yep.
So then again, retail is $9,500, which is what the boutiques sell it for. The authorized dealers do.
Yes, that's right.
So they're taking it $2,000, just about $2,000 off the price, and then discounting like another $800 off that. So
yes,
that's still. So the percentage off, I think, is the percentage off not of MSRP, but Joma Shop's their own prices.
Yeah, well, 26. If you add 26% to 6,995, that's roughly 9.5, isn't it?
Okay.
I mean, I think Joma Shop themselves there. That's I wouldn't say that's a bargain. I mean, at 7,000 US, I don't think that's a bargain for that Erenvale. I mean, it's a big discount. It's a big discount, but it's not. If you really wanted one, if you wanted to buy one, new, yeah, I suppose you could do it there. But I got to tell you, I've
couple of questions though.
Sure.
Number one, would you still recommend the Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon to newbies?
Definitely,
like you have been.
100%. No change there. It's a bigger bargain now. That's not going to last, Clive. See, the interesting thing is, I was speaking to somebody who's had contacts in the Omega industry, and they said, they don't ever discount the Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. They don't discount that model. But in the last 6 months, I'm afraid to tell you, but they have been discounting that like no tomorrow. That just shows you how tough the watch market is for them. Now, I would really say these watches cost a certain amount to make, right? You can't. They don't cost $100 to make an Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. There's quite a lot of parts and labor involved in it, right?
Right.
So it gets to the point where it's not worth them producing. I mean, they really. I think this is a bargain. maybe they're really desperate for funds. Who knows what the story is? Why? That means if Joma Shop has stock like this, that means that Joma Shop doesn't buy them from Omega. They buy them from official dealers who want to get rid of stock.
Right.
That's what they do, okay?
And can't discount it to similar prices themselves for whatever reason.
Well, they don't want to because it would hurt their shop because they have a high, often they have high rents. They're in prestige locations. It's not, discounting can be a very dangerous thing to do. Like Louis Vuitton never discounts. Now, I know that's a different type of area. Handbags are different to watches, but what I'm trying to say is they're a luxury good. It's when you discount, it really hurts the brand. People get angry. If you've paid full price and you see one discounted, you really get angry.
I think if I bought an Omega in the last couple of years, I'd be very angry at this.
Well, I got to tell you, Clive, I got to tell you, complete honesty, I bought my one secondhand for $3,700. Okay. I left the country with it. I got a little bit of tax back on it, and I had to leave that Omega overseas for 12 months. Okay, that's the rules for sales tax. And we don't call it sales tax. It's a GST. So it cost me $3,400, but $3,400 Aussie, I could buy it now from Joma Shop, right? I can buy one from Joma Shop for 3,350. What's that? I'm just going to work that out into Aussie peso. 3,350. That's US. So if I put that into Aussie, yeah, Aussie, that is 4,2. 4,2. Geez, for a brand new one with the big box, mine was originally 3,700. Cool.
Now, that's been going on for a while, though. Is there a possibility that this could, in fact, price themselves out of the luxury watch market?
That could be. No, do you really believe that, Clive?
It's been going on for a month or two, I think.
Do you think it's that bad?
Well, it depends. If it keeps up, if word gets out, it could.
Well, why is Omega? No one else seems to be discounting like them. Why are they?
Well, I've heard reports that Panerai is buying back stock from dealers, stockpiling, hoarding, calling their stock back, laying off people there, doing what they can to avoid flooding the market, and just trying to absorb the economic hit. It's just maybe Omega can't do that, or it's chosen not to do that.
Oh, it's a very nasty thing to say, isn't it?
It's only nasty because it's true.
So who told you this? Who told you this, Clive? Who's your source for this?
A couple of financial sites I was reading online a while back.
You see, because that's part of Richmond.
Couldn't happen to a nicer bunch of people.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying there.
But
that's pretty nasty, Clive.
But in a lot of ways, though, Panerai and the Omega Speedmaster is the same thing. Though they've been producing basically the same damn watch, and just minor variations of it for what, decades? Don't you? At some point, isn't demand going to finally overtake? I mean, isn't supply going to finally overtake demand? And everyone is basically caught on to the fact that
if you're looking for an Omega, would you buy one now from Joma Shop? I reckon that's a bargain, don't you think?
Absolutely would.
That's an absolute bargain. That's a great watch, great discount. Interestingly enough, I think it was you who was saying Joma Shop doesn't really discount Rolex terribly well. Their prices are very high.
They don't have to. I mean, yeah. They don't have to, really.
No, that's exactly right. And what's your opinion on it? What do you think? What do you think of this? Will that hurt Omega? I tell you what, it's going to hurt the second-hand values.
It's going to hurt the second-hand values, but that's why I was saying. I mean, if you've been around for a while and you know your taste and you kind of know who you are and what kind of watch you want, then I think it's an excellent time to get a Speedmaster.
I definitely. Would you buy? Why don't you buy one new then, Clive, for yourself? The Speedmaster for some reason is just never appealed. It's never sang to me. It's never buttered my rolls. I see.
I mean, in a lot of ways, I think it's sterile. I mean, it's almost like a sterile, basically. I mean, it's clinically efficient. It is like very much a tool watch, but it's almost kind of devoid of style in a lot. I mean, and like I said, if I get my hands on one, certainly it might change. If I see in the metal. But I also have read a few people. I mean, I've also seen a few videos accusing the Speedmaster of being one of the most flipped watches ever.
Flipped.
Flipped.
It's not quite as bad. It's an amazing watch. I mean, it really is a very decent watch. 3350, brand new.
So is a Hamilton Khaki, but are you telling people they should get those?
Hamilton Khaki uses a Value 7750. Ooh, that's very nasty, Clive. Even though IWC does use that same movement in quite a few expensive pieces as well. I got to tell you, the Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon it's an icon. It's an icon, and I really I can't believe it's being sold so cheap. I cannot believe that, Clive. I think jump in. My advice is jump in. I don't think they can keep them coming at that price. That is a bargain. That is a bargain, Clive.
Of course, if you bought one for MSRP in the last couple of years, it's not an icon. You've been conned. And like I said, I mean, I think for someone experienced that knows what they're doing, I think it's a great time. On the other hand,
if you just want a great watch, I think if you just want one watch, if you want a great watch, the Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon, you can't go wrong with that, can you?
No, but I'm really glad I didn't buy that one in Arlington for $2,500. That needed.
No, but that's vintage. That's vintage. That's vintage, Bart. That's a different animal, Clive. Different animal.
Yeah, it's changed a few times, but it's basically the same watch. The movements may have changed a little bit, but it's basically the same watch. I think that's the trouble with the Omega. I think they tried playing with the style a little bit. With the branding and with all the special editions, typical marketing country, but on top of it, they still keep selling the same watch, and they've sold it for decades.
Do you know what that original NATO Omega sells it for? $288 on eBay. I can pick one up. Very expensive. Very, very expensive.
That's why you should get one from Moose Straps instead.
That Moose Strap is a quality strap, don't you think?
It looked good. Of course, I don't know. Of course, I'd have to probably take one out of the cellophane before I declared it was quality or not. I don't have your expertise, but yes.
No, look, I'm not just saying it because he's a fan, but they're a very decent strap there. I got to tell you that they're really cool, very cool. And
especially for the money too.
Yeah, a lot of bang per buck. Very much bang per buck is pretty amazing, Clive. And I'm actually amazed at it. I'm really quite amazed.
Now the thing is, though, really, but it's almost like the gray market and the used market are at a total disconnect. That's what I can't figure out.
Yes.
I guess if there's still the disconnect, then I guess you could probably buy one and maybe turn around and sell it for almost the same, sell it to a unsophisticated consumer.
Well, you can, Clive. I'm just saying, it just shows you how bad the market is at the moment. Don't ever think the watch market couldn't end.
True.
Omega floods the market. They have flooded the, do you understand this? They have flooded the market.
And I think it's going to bite them on the ass if they don't take steps.
Mm.
And I think the Speedmaster, I mean, isn't that one of their most popular ones? Isn't maybe that their most popular model?
That is a very popular model. How bad is it out there? That's what I'm asking you, Clive. How bad is it?
Rolex sales have pretty much dried up and over here in the oil patch, but there's no shortage of Seamasters. No shortage of Seamasters.
I'm just saying to you, Clive, it is very, 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 very sad indeed there. It's I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, Clive. It's just that this market we live in is very, very hard.
It's not going to get any easier. I think in a lot of ways, it's almost like this luxury watch market was banking on the fact that the good times were going to roll forever. Chinese were going to buy up everything in sight. They could just raise prices 20% per year until the end of time.
I'm sorry, that's over now, Clive. That's over. You know that? It's very sad. It's over. It's all over, Red Rover. It's over. Those days are gone, Clive.
Well, there's always
what
Rolex.
Can I say?
Steel Sports Stunners. What you've always said.
I know what you're saying.
Except for the, well, except for a couple of your recent purchases. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much stayed the course.
I don't know what to say, Clive. This is a very sad day for the luxury watch market when Omega.
I think you've stopped there. Hello? Okay, I'm going to go on the board, boys and girls, and I'm hopefully try to do this without getting any feedback. While the Pontiff reboots. Okay. Sorry. Let's see. Suckerhorn lives. Archie, 50% discount code. Archie50. Nice one, VWVW. Late tonight, 40% discount on Omegas from local entities in Greater LA. Discount says I rock.
Hello, Clive.
An ETA watch says nasty vinyl counter. An ETA watch with plastic parts, that's the Speedmaster. Tudor's
Hello,
the most
Clive.
flip, says Captain Zed. Yeah, okay. Black Bay for 2K is for 2,000 used is the deal to go with. VWVW says I can't wait to get a. I'm not going to dignify that now. Also, JP Davis brought us up something. No stealth tax from Joma Shop went outside of New York. Oh, watch check going. Pre-ceramic sea dweller. 06 model roughly.
Hello, Clive.
Captain Z, I hate Seiko. Rick, okay. What's this Steam about? The Alpinist is cool, says M. March. I'm going to go back. Okay. I guess I'm still live. Cool. I bought a Junior Whopper last night. Discount says I bought a Junior Whopper last night and I found an Omega in the back. Discount. I hope you got that at Hungry Jack's. Goulash like Mama used to make.
Hungry Jack's.
John Doe said he was looking at Breguet's. What's okay? Sorry, text message. Oh, g'day, Suckerhorn. Sorry, I wasn't on the comments reading. You know, I was at a watch and gun show. I was actually talking to Uberoki's, little pocket jeweler. But I'll get to that. But the gun show part, you know, they actually had AR-15s with scopes for $450. That just blew my little mind. I mean, you know, 5 Benjamins, and you could walk into a place like that and take out a Walmart later in the day. I think Archie's still there. I hear a squeak or two in the background.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you just fine. I was just going through comments. Suckerhorn's on the board with us.
He's a good Suckerhorn, that one. Clive, I got to tell you, I'm just so distressed that the Amiga market is collapsing.
Ezo, these are cloves, yes.
The market is collapsing, Clive. I'm sorry. This is the truth. It is collapsing.
Well, it's a good thing I haven't bought an Amiga lately.
Yep, but it's going to tell you this is what's going to happen to the entire watch market. People don't want watches anymore, Clive. I can tell you now, the worm is turning. People don't want watches at all.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, no, I think there'll be an equilibrium. I think if prices may drop a little bit or even substantially, but if prices drop, that means more people will be able to afford them than previously. The business model might change somewhat, but more people being able to afford watches now will be ultimately a good thing for the industry and keep it from dying out. You know, they can't rely on the easy money forever.
If the watch industry was dying, would it be buried or cremated? And what sort of coffin would it go for?
Well, let's see. It's primarily Swiss. Cremation is probably the most efficient one, so it'd probably be cremated.
I see.
This is a blip. You know, if prices come down, more people buy the watches, and prices will go up. Omega will hopefully get its stuff together, get its crap together, and maybe start making fewer of the watches, or maybe do more innovations with it. They can't just churn them out just willy-nilly forever and just think that every single one.
Clive, I'm going to cut this show now. We're going to cut it. We're going to do a new show. You up for one more show?
One more, sure. Why not?
Okay, I'm going to do a very, very off-the-cuff one. Okay, this is a very different off-center topic. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Clive.
See you in a few.